with Tom Leffler after the press conference, and I just said to you for the first time in 7-hour interviews before Triple G fights, we don't need haters interview this time, and you were laughing about it, and we all happy that this is the case.
We're all happy. The whole Triple G side is happy. I don't think anybody can criticize this fight. This is the two best middleweights in the world fighting each other. It's a huge event here from Las Vegas. You saw we had the undercard press conference today. And whenever you have the best fighting the best, that's all the fans want. And so we were able to deliver this fight along with Golden Boy Promotions. Canelo wanted this fight. Triple G's wanted this fight since 2 years ago. So this is the fight the fans have been waiting for, and now it's happening September 16th, and we can feel all the excitement, all the buzz in the air here in Las Vegas, and we're all excited about Saturday night.
Tom, we are here, but I'm not sure you know your unofficial nickname in the boxing world is Never Nervous Tom Leffler, but was it the time when you were saying, I don't know if I'm going to ever make this fight happen?
Well, it wasn't just Canelo. There was so many other big names that wouldn't fight him. We tried to make a fight with Felix Sturm. Tried to make the fight with Chavez Jr. A few years ago. We tried to make the fight with Sergio Martinez. Tried to make the fight with Cotto. I mean, the list is so long. Tried to make the fight with Carl Froch. It just really, got to a frustrating point the end of last year when everybody, whether it was Canelo, it was Eubank, it was Saunders. They're all, all the biggest names that Gennady wanted to fight, wouldn't accept the fight for the September fight in last year. Now we had the Danny Jacobs fight in March of this year at Madison Square Garden. That was a sold-out performance from Gennady, and that led then to putting this fight together. So, look, if Triple G can beat Danny Jacobs and Canelo and potentially fight one more time this year, I think that's a Hall of Fame. That's a Fighter of the Year performance. When you have a great year like 2017, when you had a fight like Klitschko Joshua, when you have a fight like this with Canelo Triple G, when you have we had the Danny Jacobs fight, you had the Superfly show last week. It's such a great year for boxing, and then this really seems to be the peak of the year.
Was working with Oscar de la Hoya at co-promotion of David Lemieux was a breaking point for you to break those barriers, which sounds like they were before, but afterwards it sounds to me, and it looked like to all of us from outside, this fight which is going to happen actually will happen.
Well, my philosophy is to try to work with as many promoters as possible. I have had a long relationship with Oscar, with Eric Gomez, at Golden Boy, Bernard Hopkins. They're all LA guys, except for Bernard's from Philadelphia, but Eric and Oscar are LA guys. I was born and raised in LA, so I have a long history with them. And this, the Lemieux fight went very smooth. Triple G came out victorious. He took Lemieux's title. But this one here is also working out very smooth. And when you have a big event like this, there's so many things that could go wrong. But I have to say it worked out very smoothly. We're here 2 days before the fight, and everything is on course for now. Doing extremely successful on Saturday night.
How many times in the last couple of days did you hear the question? 2 years ago, even a year ago, Triple G would be a decisive favorite, and now people are saying, I don't know, maybe he's old, maybe he's not the same. How many times did you hear it? For me, this is great. I love that people are talking about it, not just assuming the outcome.
I love that too. I mean, the closer the odds, this is the closest odds that we've had for any Triple G fight. It's almost even. He's a slight favorite. But the more people that think Canelo will win, the more people that bet their money on Canelo, the more exciting the fight is. And that's what makes it a compelling fight here live at the sold-out arena or on pay-per-view. And we definitely appreciate the fans' support.
You mentioned many times in interviews, I'm gonna be brief right now, about how different the mental approach of Triple G is. I can from my standpoint tell everyone that this is true. I mean, this is something extra in his eyes. There's something extra in his step, in his smile. He smiled more in the last 3 days than he smiled in the last 2 fights.
He's a happy guy. We're finally here. This is the fight we've been all working for on the Triple G team for the last 6 years, and it's finally here. So Gennady's not nervous. He's got that extra sparkle, like you said. He had it since the first day of training camp when he went up there to the Big Bear, and he just couldn't wait to start training for the fight. And now it's here. This is what we've been waiting for, and he's not nervous. He just wants to get in the ring and show the world how good his talents are.
You mentioned, this is the last question, I promise. You mentioned possible third fight this year for Triple G. Obviously, depending how well this fight is going to go, correct?
Well, everyone's focused on this fight. This is an extremely dangerous fight for both fighters. But if he performs the way we think he performs, he said he wanted to fight one more time, and nobody's putting the cart before the horse. But I always have to make plans ahead of time, and if he's successful, we already have something that could be interesting for the end of the year. And if he only has 2 fights, look, if he can beat Danny Jacobs and Canelo in one year, that's still the best performance I've known for a long time for any fighter. So that's what we're looking forward to. Just focusing on Saturday night. Whatever happens after that, then it'll be my job to see what Gennady wants to do and then put it together.
Thank you very much. Compliments to your Triple G promotion and everyone involved. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Peter.